Hey guys, what is going on? It's Chris here. Hope all you guys had a very good night last night. With that comeback to NBA last night after the All Star break. Yeah, for the most part, some pretty high scoring lineups out there. I saw a couple at the 410 to 415 range. Cash line was like 350, 360. So you needed a pretty good lineup last night. Like I said, I told you it was going to be a high scoring night with all those totals out there. So definitely not too bad. Our lineups did all right. I think maybe one or two hit double up. But for the most part, it didn't cash in the tournaments, unfortunately. And of course, my lineups, for some reason, my internet just took a crap about 15 minutes before. Said I posted it like 2 or 3 times, my lineups, but they didn't go through. So unfortunately, that happened. So anyway, kind of a dead night last night, but we got a full game slates here. Sorry, a full game slate here for Friday. Yeah, definitely going to move on from yesterday. Like I said, it wasn't too bad yesterday, but definitely looking forward to today's slate. So, yeah, as normal, if you guys are new here, definitely welcome. We go through the entire slate here, breaking down everybody. I don't go crazy in depth into the players because that would take a very long time. But anyway, if you guys are interested in premium lineups, let us know. 3 to 4 lineups per day for the main slate. For Fanduel and Fanduel only. Same as PGA, we do PGA. PGA starts every Thursday, and that is only $10 for 2 lineups for that and Sunday night. And NBA is $40 per month. If you want to get in on any of those, as normal, check out our website in the comment section, and we'll get you all set up as normal. You will have to have a Twitter to access our lineups. And if you have any questions or need any help, let us know. We will have our Twitter down there, and just hit us up, and we'll get you some help. So, yeah, that is it. As normal, hope all you guys did pretty good last night. So, like we did yesterday, I want to go through the players and the best spots here. Yesterday, we had Howard up there, and he just annihilated. He did very, very good. We had Morris. He did okay, but definitely not what we were expecting. Same thing with Otto Porter. He did okay, but not what we were expecting. I think Reddick did all right. I'm not sure about him. So a couple of them did all right. Some of them, kind of sucked a little bit. But like I said, most of these guys up here, you kind of have to know who you're picking here. Like Dylan Brooks and Green, they have the best matchups. But I mean, in reality, they're not that good of players. Obviously, Cleveland, they give up a lot to those positions. But you got to know the player here. So. Looking here, I really don't care for Brooks or Green in this one. If you want to take a shot with them, do it. But I personally not going to do it. Tobias Harris against the Phoenix Suns, I love that one. Only thing that kind of sucks is Clippers are on the back-to-back. Bogdanovich, I love him against Atlanta. I love targeting against Atlanta. Love Jimmy Butler here against the Rockets. Bradley, I'm not sure if he's going to play, but one guy that I would put at that number 6 spot there is Mr. Lou Williams. He's a shooting guard, so just mostly plug him in there. I love him quite a bit. We got Baines, maybe put him in there. Dragic, I really don't mind Dragic against Rondo. I think he could be a pretty good option here. Same thing with Matthews. If his shot is on, I really like him. Kemba Walker and so on. So some pretty good picks out there today. So definitely excited to get into it. So. Like I said, we got a big slate here. Going to be a longer video, so definitely keep that in mind. If you don't really want to listen to it all and you just want to, kind of see the picks that to fill a lineup at to see the picks that I have when we do the lineup, definitely click to like the last 2 or 3 minutes of the video. If you don't want to watch it all and just kind of see a rough draft lineup. But yeah, if you want to definitely learn about the slate and get some insight, definitely let me know. If you guys don't know, I am ranked in the top 200 in the entire world on NBA and the top 300 in PGA. So I kind of do know my stuff pretty well. So anyway, let's get into it. We got Boston and Detroit. This is kind of an interesting one. We got a 205 here in Boston by 1. So as we know, not the highest total. Both these teams play pretty good defense. Boston was struggling defensively the last couple weeks of this before the All-Star break. So, and Detroit, they were kind of turning it on. So we got Irving. Yeah, I really don't mind him. I think he's in a good spot. Don't really care for Ish. He might get you 25 here. Irving, I think he can get you around 35, 40. I don't mind him if you're playing some cash games. He will be a really low-owned cash player there. Don't mind Brown. Smart's coming back, so that kind of hurts Rozier maybe a little bit. We'll see. Maybe the first couple games back, they're not going to play him too much. Small forward, I'm really not into those guys. I guess you have to look. I don't mind some Griffin, Drummond. Aaron Baines, they liked Aaron Baines on the for some of the best spots. He doesn't play minutes, so I don't probably want to put him in there. Drummond, Griffin, I'm looking at, and maybe some Markieff Morris is the three that I would probably look at this one. Go look at Morris. Yeah, he's been all right. Minutes have all been up everywhere. So, but anyway, for this video, we're really going to be focusing on 5 to 6 times, even above that kind of value guys. I'm not really looking for the guys that's going to hit 5 times or lower in this one, because big slate, you're going to need guys that are going to hit, like I said, 5 times and beyond. So Griffin, I think he can hit just over 5 times here. Drummond, probably about 5.5 times value. Nothing too crazy in this one. But if you had to pick, those are probably the 2 I would pick in this one. I don't see any cheap guys that are going to do anything here. Irving, you can look at him. He might just hit 5 times, but I don't see any cheap guys that are going to hit big value tonight. So I guess Griffin and Drummond in this one here, not too into that one. I know it's a relatively close game with only a 1 spread. So, but those are definitely my two guys. And yes, they are the 2 most expensive guys out of this one, but that's kind of who I'm targeting from that one. So, all right, moving on. Charlotte, Washington. Definitely watch this game here. We got a 2-11 Washington by 3. It looks really good on paper. Both these teams are playing on the back-to-back. I don't think it's going to affect them too much. Like I said, they had a week layoff, so I don't think it's going to affect them too much. If this was, they were still playing, their normal schedule without that All-Star break, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But, like I said, both played a back-to-back. But I don't know. I think these guys should be pretty good here. So, definitely one of the games I really don't mind. You got Walker and Satoransky. I told you guys I like Satoransky and Walker, both of them, and they both did pretty good last night. So I don't mind putting both of them in there again. Let's go look at the DVP here once again for Washington and Charlotte. Let's go look at the Wizards, same as last night. 20th against point guard and 28th against the shooting guard. Small forward position. So maybe look at Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. I don't know. That's kind of GPP, and definitely look at some Kemba Walker for sure. For the Hornets, they're not really a good defense. 16, 25, 22, 15, and 11. So Beal, unlike last night, he's in a good spot. He really didn't do much last night. I do expect a bounce back here for the Wizards. So honestly, Satoransky, Beal, Otto Porter, those guys are all in pretty good spots for me. Same thing with Markieff Morris. He kind of sucked, honestly, last night. Was expecting more. But, yeah, I don't mind Morris there. So, I really don't mind stacking up Washington here. In cash games, I do think they'll be popular. So, in GPPs, maybe pick Otto Porter. I think Beal will be a little bit more popular. And Satoransky, I think he'll be popular as well. So, this is definitely a cash game here that you're going to want to pick through. So, another guy I think that did half decent last night was Mr. Marvin Williams. I told you guys he was actually a half decent pick for me last night. He actually got 16. So anyway, when I was looking at it, he was doing good. So he obviously kind of sucked a little bit. Gortat, he completely sucked. That was just terrible. Howard Price did come down. I don't expect that big game again. Maybe about 40, maybe 44, maybe in this one. So Walker, Satoransky, Beal, and Otto Porter are probably the main guys that I'm looking at in this one. Maybe if you want to put in Jeremy Lamb, as we told you, Washington struggles against small forwards. He usually comes off the bench here. So that's kind of up to you guys. As you see, he's definitely a GPP guy. He is a guy that could have 5 times value, but he's a 5 times or a bust kind of a guy. So, like I said, that's up to you. As you see every other game, 27, 17, 29, and 19 every other game. His minutes aren't really there, but he definitely does rely on his shooting. So maybe Lamb. That's just a kind of a GPP option. But yeah, Otto Porter, Beal, and probably Walker Satoransky are the main guys in this one, and maybe consider Howard, but I don't really like him on back-to-back. So kind of what I'm looking at that one. Like I said, that's kind of a cash game right there if you're looking for some guys there. All right, Atlanta and Indiana, no total on this one. We've got a couple injuries on the Atlanta side. We got Schroeder, don't mind him. He is cleared to play. I don't mind Joseph, as we know how Atlanta's defense is. Let's go look at their defense here. They're just terrible everywhere, 22, 23, 27, 14, and 23. So you can definitely target quite a bit. Joseph is kind of a GPP play, though. I think he'll be popular because of, against Atlanta. But as we know, Joseph's one of those guys that can get you 19 points and suck, or he can definitely get you 30, 35. So Joseph is definitely a GPP 5.5, 6 times value guy tonight. So, like I said, he's one of those boom or bust plays tonight for me. So definitely keep an eye on that. Schroeder, don't mind him. Oladipo, don't mind him. I really don't mind some Kent Bazemore in this matchup. It's going to be kind of a scrappy game, and he's kind of a scrappy player. Gets his steals, get a couple blocks, so I don't mind him. Bojan Bogdanovic, don't mind him. Definitely not afraid of Atlanta's defense here. Let me go look. He's been all right, nothing too crazy, but I think he can get you another, 25 to 30 in this one, maybe just at a 5 times value kind of a guy. You can always consider Lance Stevenson. I don't mind Thaddeus Young. Ersan, I don't mind him. Let's go look at the Indiana Pacers DVP here. Did it get a little better or not? Let me go look. All right, there we go. So 21 against shooting guard, 21 and 20 against power forward and center. So maybe a little bit of Ersan there. I told you Bazemore, he's actually a pretty good option. Not many people are going to have him, but I can see at least 33, 34 in this one, maybe 40 at the highest. And, as normal, I don't mind this Dedmon guy. A lot of you guys, a lot of people don't really pick Dedmon, but, he's one of those guys that usually gets you a double-double. I don't mind him. 5,600. Had a bad one against Detroit, but, besides that, he's been half decent for you. So, easy matchup here. Really do not mind some Dedmon. If you want to go that way, I think can get you around 28 to 30 maybe at max, probably sit around 25, 26. So if you're looking for kind of a cash option, I don't mind him. But once again, not the crazy, crazy upside we're looking for, but still not a bad play. If you want to go Thaddeus Young, Miles Turner, that's up to you. Atlanta, they're not good against the center position, but Turner, man, he's been all over the place. He's been okay, 33, 23, and 32. He's playing a little bit more like his normal minutes. So one guy probably won't be too popular. Maybe put him in there. But for 7,000, I don't think I really need him. Once again, not really expecting crazy 5, 6 times for him. So looking at maybe Schroeder, Joseph is kind of my boomer bust play right there. I really don't mind Oladipo. Bazemore, I think you got to have him. I think this is a good game for him. Like I said, it's going to be a scrappy game. And I think he can easily get you like 13 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, get you around 30, 35 points. So, anyway, as I mentioned, Schroeder, Joseph, Oladipo, Bazemore. Maybe look at Bogdanovic, but those 4 I just mentioned are probably the ones that I would consider. And then, like I said, maybe look at Dedmon or Ersan maybe in a GPP. Maybe Dedmon and just, maybe head-to-head or something. So, yeah, definitely don't mind that one. Should be around a 214, 215 total. We got Milwaukee and Toronto, 215 and Toronto by 7.5. Toronto, as we know, best team in the East right now. So, playing good ball. Milwaukee also not a bad team here. I really don't mind Bledsoe in this one. I know Toronto has a pretty good defense. Let's go look at the DVP here for the Toronto Raptors. All right, where are they? All right, here we go. So as you see, for the most part, they're pretty good everywhere. 9, 12, 4, 16, and 5. So power forward and center is where you can kind of take advantage of them there. So I guess maybe Henson or that's really it. But Giannis, I think you can put him in there. Middleton will be very, very low owned. Uh, so not really favoriting this Milwaukee side. Let's go look at Milwaukee defense here. Same thing, 15, 6, 17, 13, and 18. One guy, I think, another one of those boomer bust guys is Jonas Valanciunas. He's been like that all year. Either gets you 19 or he goes off for 35 to 40. So I think you can maybe take a GPP shot with him, as I said. It's one of those guys, 16, 41, 40, 23, 30. So should be a competitive game. I think they're going to need him here. So, I'm not too afraid of Henson or Thon Maker. So definitely consider Valanciunas for sure at usually really low ownership. So Valanciunas, honestly, is the guy I'm really looking at. I don't mind DeRozan or Lowry. I think Lowry might have 35 in him, but honestly, I'm not too into this game, and I don't think I need to pay up for Giannis in this one. So for me, Valanciunas is who I'm looking at, and that's probably it for me to be honest in that one. So. All right, moving on. Miami and New Orleans, 214 in New Orleans by 2.5. So 214 total here. Both these teams aren't too shabby here. So right away, I love Dragic Rondo. I hate you with a passion. I don't know if you remember, but last time I did a video, he was facing the Lakers, and I told you every time I pick the dude, he sucks. But I decided to pick him that day, and of course, he gets ejected. So Rondo, you suck. I don't know why, man. Every time I pick him. So anyway, Dragic, I think he's in a good spot. If you want to go Rondo, you can pick him. I just don't know if I can. Really don't mind Wayne Ellington in this one. Also, you got Dwayne Wade coming back. I think this could be, kind of like Bazemore, kind of a scrappy game for Wade. Maybe like 11 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, maybe a steal here. Maybe get you 24, 25 points. But that is totally up to you there. Drew Holiday, I usually don't like picking him against good defenses, but it's a half-decent spot for him. Richardson, I don't mind him. He's been kind of sucking a little bit. Really don't mind maybe James Johnson or Bam if Kelly Olynyk doesn't play, but don't mind some Anthony Davis. Too much in this one, maybe a little bit of Hassan Whiteside. Let's go look at the DVP here for the Miami Heat. As you see, they're a pretty good defense. They struggle against shooting guard and small forwards. So, maybe put in some Drew Holiday there. Let's go look at the Pelicans defense, and they're definitely not too good either. They are not good compared to Miami. 23, 38, 30, and 19. So just pick and choose who you want here for Miami. They're playing in an up-paced game, which definitely helps them out. So I probably got to have maybe 2 or 3 guys from Miami in this one. So Dragic, maybe look at Whiteside, James Johnson, maybe look at those guys, maybe some Ellington. So definitely do not mind that game there. All right, moving on. Minnesota and Houston, 226 in Houston by 8. So I love this one. This is going to be probably one of the most popular games out there by a mile. One of those games is pick and choose who you want. Paul Teague, all these guys are in play for me. Harden, Wiggins, Butler, Gibson. I don't mind Anderson here. Towns. I really like Capella as a kind of a cheaper guy in this matchup. So I don't even need to go over this game. Just pick and choose who you want in this one. This is definitely the cash game of the night. You're just pick and choose, get as many as you can in this one. Like Towns, Capella. I'd probably pick Capella over Towns. And then if you can get Harden in there, put him in there. Wiggins, I love him. He loves to shoot the ball. Paul should have a good game. Jeff Teague. So just pick as many as you can in that one. I don't really need to go over that one. Memphis, Cleveland, we got a 211, surprising, and Cleveland by 5. I think it should be a little bit farther of a spread there. Really don't care for too much in this one. Evans, maybe. Don't need to go LeBron tonight. Me personally, I'm not picking anyone in this game. Don't care for Memphis. They're just terrible. Cleveland on the back-to-back, so I think if they get ahead early, they're just going to put in a couple of these other guys here. Maybe consider Hood. I guess Evans. Brooks, like I said, he had a good matchup, but that's up to you. So Not really feeling this game. I don't really need it. I know it's a relatively high total here, but maybe green. But for me personally, I'm going to pass. Maybe you guys find something on this game, but with all these other games out here, I don't really need that one there. So, all right, here we go again. We got Denver and San Antonio. Last time these guys played, it was actually a very, very, very good game actually. So. I think last time they played, let me make sure, Aldridge went off in this game. I think he had like 55 or 60. I'm not 100%, but let me go look here. It was, I think, about 3 weeks ago or so. Let me go look here. Denver, he had 39. I swear he had more than that. Maybe they faced him a time before. All right, he had 25. Sorry, I must be thinking about something else. I swear Aldridge went off against Denver. So anyway, I still don't mind Aldridge in this one. Yeah, I don't mind putting him in there. Pau Gasol, maybe 25, 26 in this one. Don't mind Jokic. I don't know if you really need him here. Gay's back, so that hurts Anderson just a little bit. I think they're going to have Gay on a minutes restriction. Chandler's been playing good, but I don't know if I need him for 6,000 here. I guess you can look at DeJounte Murray, but not really into this game too much. Maybe a 208, 209 total. I guess you can look at maybe some Aldridge here, but that's really it. I'm not crazy into this game. So Aldridge and Gasol, maybe look at those two, and maybe some DeJounte Murray, since I'm not too afraid of Denver's defense. So not too into that one at all. All right, moving on. Clippers, Phoenix, love this one. 224 and Clippers by 4. Clippers did play it last night against Golden State. Almost beat them, but came up just short. So once again, I love these Clippers here. I like Payton, Rivers. If Theodosic is in the lineup again, I don't mind him. Don't mind Booker. He won the three-point contest. He looked pretty good. Lou Williams had a double-double last night. Really didn't mind him. Gallinari, we'll see if he plays. Apparently he injured his hand. So if he can't play for some reason, it says he's fine. But if he can't play, Wesley Johnson could be a GPP option. Don't mind Warren. Definitely don't mind some Jackson there. Harris, I love him. I think he's in another very good spot, and he'll be very popular. And then Chandler is doubtful, so Lynn's going to be very popular as well. And don't mind some DeAndre Jordan. So definitely favoriting the front court here. Peyton Rivers, Theodosic if he's in the starting lineup again. And, don't mind Booker. Definitely don't mind some Lou Williams. And, maybe a little bit of Warren and Harris. Lynn, maybe Jordan. So, another one of those games kind of like that Houston game. Just kind of pick and choose who you want in that game. All right, moving on. We got 2 left. Portland, Utah. No total on this one because of that Rubio news here. If Rubio can't play, it's just going to probably be Mitchell once again at that point guard position, and probably maybe a little bit of Royce O'Neal as well. So, I actually really don't mind Lillard in this matchup. Let's go look at the DVP here for the Utah Jazz. Not bad, 10, 7, 7, 10, and 4. Blazers are 1, 9, 13, 19, and 13. So don't know how many you really want in this game. I think it may be a 205, 206 total here. Or it could totally play different. Who knows? Utah, they're on a pretty good hot streak, I think. So I really don't mind Lillard in the GPP here. Don't mind Mitchell. Royce O'Neal will be popular here. Joe Ingles maybe, but defense, both these guys are pretty good. Maybe some Al freaking Minu, but not too into this game unless something happens. I guess, like I said, maybe look at Lillard and I guess Royce O'Neal or something like that. I kind of need to see what the total is. So if it turns out to be like a 211, 212, I'll probably consider it a little more. If it's like a 205, 206. Probably not going to be considering it. So I need to know the total on that one before I can make a final decision there. And last but not least, Dallas and the Lakers, 224 and Lakers by 4. So not sure if Lonzo's going to be back. He went through full practice, so we'll see if he is back or not. Dennis Smith, JJ Barea, definitely like those two for sure. Don't mind KCP. Wesley Matthews, is in a very good spot here tonight. Don't mind Barnes. Don't mind some Ingram. I definitely, like I said, really don't mind both of those guys. Pal Kuzma, I think Dirk could be in a very good spot here to get you around 28 to 30, and Randall as well. I was looking. This is only a deep GPP. I don't know how that Minnesota game went. I don't know if it was a blowout or something, or they just played Zubac just because it was the last game before the break and they decided to play him. But he got you 31 points. So if you want to take a GPP shot, maybe put him in there. Like I said, it may just because it was the last game before the break. So if you don't hear any news that he's going to play any extra minutes, probably not going to take the shot. But who knows? Definitely no one will have him. So I think my cash game. This is obvious, but my cash game games here are this Dallas game, this Clipper game, and then obviously this Houston game, and a little bit of this Miami game. Are kind of the games that I'm kind of looking at there for sure. So anyway, let's try and get you a lineup as normal. These are just rough draft. I just randomly came up with these. So all right, I really do like CP3 in this one. I think he should have a good game. I really do. There's just so many point guards I really like out there. We're going to go Paul. We're going to spend up and go a little bit spend up here. Let's go Tragic. But there's a lot of cheap point guards, and like I said, we'll get into that in a second. Shooting guard, I really do think you need Harden in there. I don't see anyone I care for too much. Let's go look at the models and see what they got here. We'll just try and go that way. Let's go Lou Williams, and let's see Ellington here. Make sure he's still been playing. Wade could be taking some of his minutes. Where is he? All right, 37. Yeah, his price drops, so I don't think he's playing too much here. And he's still playing big minutes. Shoot, maybe just put him in there. I'll probably put him in just in this lineup to kind of show you what I'm looking for. Really like some Jimmy Butler. I don't know if I can get him. Let's see. Put him in there. No one down in that area I really care for. Probably going to have to spin up there at that other small forward spot. I didn't mention Powell, but I really like him, so I guess you can probably put Powell in there. And then center position, you got Davis, you got Towns. Then I'll probably just go put in Capella here. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Leave you a little bit left there, but anyway, I really like Paul and Dragic. Other guys I would consider is Peyton, maybe Schroeder, Smith Jr., Jamonte Murray, Sederansky, Barea. That's probably who I'm looking at. And as I said, my GPP boomer bust guy is Corey Joseph. Shooting guard is Harden. Don't mind Oladipo, Kent Bazemore. Maybe look at Booker if you think he's healthy. Wiggins, KCP maybe. Wesley Matthews. A couple of those guys. Small forward, I think that's where you got to spend up. Jimmy Butler, I like him. Ingram, not too bad of an option. Warren, maybe. Josh Jackson. But lower you get down here, nothing too crazy to look at there. Power forward. Like I said, Griffin, I think you can look at him. I really like Tobias Harris if you don't want to go Powell. If you can combo Harris and Powell, that's probably a good option there. Like Dirk. Maybe Morris, maybe Ursan, but don't really care for too many down in that area. And then center, like I said, don't mind some Towns, don't mind Drummond. Capella's kind of my mid-range to high-priced center tonight. Don't mind Randall. Whiteside could be in a half-decent spot, usually low ownership, like Deadman, Alex Lynn, kind of a GPP play there, even though he'll be very popular. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Like I said, I went through it a little bit quicker, but yeah, that's kind of who I'm looking at. If you have any more questions, let us know. We'll have our Twitter in the comment section. Just hit us up and we'll help you out. And as normal, $40 for NBA for the month. 3 to 4 lineups per day for the main slate for FanDuel. Yeah, and also PGA is always every Thursday, and it always ends on Sunday. It's only $10 for PGA, so 40 for the month for NBA and $10 per week for PGA. To get in on both of those, just check out our website, and we'll get you all set up. As normal, you have to have a Twitter to access our lineup. So that is it. A lot of information out there, guys. Hopefully this helped. Like I said, definitely as normal, check out the news. Watch out for those totals. They do change throughout the day. That is a big key on picking games. So that is it. Hope everyone has a good Friday. We'll see you guys all on Saturday.